Welcome back to the channel. So if you've been following the channel for a while, you've seen plenty of gear reviews from 511, and especially the latest videos from the VXI line for the 511. So you don't always get the opportunity to meet some of the people that are actually directly involved in developing some of the gear. But last week I had an opportunity to meet and sit down with the senior professional category leader for the VXI line, and his name was Nathan Merrithew. So he was a very cool guy. He's got a law enforcement background, so it definitely helps when you got somebody from the law enforcement or military background who is involved in these types of projects in the clothing. So Nathan and I sat down and just had a quick interview, and he just broke down where they got some of the ideas and just what the VXI line is all about. So let's just jump right into this interview, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, so we're here at the ITOA, and right here I got the representative from 511 who's running the VXI line for 511. If you haven't heard of VXI, he's here to tell us all about it.
Hey everyone, my name's Nate from 511 Tactical. I manage what is known as the VXI collection today. What the VXI collection is a pinnacle collection of clothing that is specifically designed for the tactical operator. Kind of, truth be told, over the past several years, full admittal is that we've recognized at 511 that we might not have spent the most time and attention to our original core consumer, right? So we've diversified a lot over the past several years. We went into lifestyle, we went into fitness, we went into the outdoor space, and a lot of people had said, you know, we kind of got away from our core consumer. We've always been very heavy in the public safety in general, but we didn't really give a lot of love and attention to the SWAT operator, if you will. So a few years back, we started into a research and development project. And what that research and development project ultimately ended up being was what is now known today as VXI. VXI just being the Roman numerals for 511. And that started with going out and reaching out to 243 data points. And what those data points were, it started with just essentially, let's say a combat shirt, for a better lack of terms, the standard combat shirt and combat pant, if you will. And developing a pair of pants and a shirt, not designed off the regular military standard or what has traditionally been in the market, but going to those 243 data points around the US and to some top tier units that are located around the world and asking them, what do you want? And that's essentially what we've come up with today, and have expanded upon the line into some different layering systems as well.
Yeah, so I've been a big fan of the VXI line, so I've been testing some of the products out. So, and if you watch some of the videos, it did a lot of the comparison with some of the competition. So how would you compare yourself to some of the competitors, like big names like UF Pro, Crye Precision, and stuff like that?
You know, I would say and I won't say anything bad about the competition, number one. The great thing about having competition is they set the bar, right? And I think Crye and UF Pro, I think they do great things, and that's a really good thing for us because it sets the bar, it sets the expectation for us to elevate ourselves. And they were the ones who were really paying attention to the consumer, whereas possibly we weren't as much, and we realized that, hey, we need to do something. And that's what we're doing now, and we're doing so at a rapid rate. And I believe that what we have put in the marketplace today is incredibly competitive. Competitive from the standpoint of the feature set that is built into the product, the quality of the product, the materials that are used within the product, and then last and certainly not least, especially for the everyday law enforcement officer, whether you're on a large department, large tactical team, or a smaller tactical team. But let's talk about budgets, let's talk about price points, to where you're coming into price points to where you can have a uniform set for a pant that if it's in a solid color, it's $200. If it's a multicam, it's $225. If it's a combat shirt, you're looking at $140 or $160 in the multicam. And that's a no melt, no drip type uniform as well. So feature set, design, quality, price point, we're pushing that envelope. And the other thing that we're doing, and not to say I don't think our competitors don't do this as well, but I have spent a lot of my time since coming on board into the project over the past year now, is that on the road, taking feedback from the end users at trade shows, at competitions, at department visits, sitting down with the end user. What do you like about it? Lots of wear tests out there in the market, seeding a lot of product in the marketplace, getting that feedback and truly listening. And I always tell the end user, look, the thing is that I would love, and 511 would love, the VXI collection would love to be able to snap our fingers and make changes and implement what you wanted and what this guy wants and what this guy wants over here, like today, right?
Yeah.
But it takes a minute. We're a large ship in the ocean, so we take a little while to make that turn. But when we make that turn, everyone knows that we have.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting a little bit more nimble in our approach to business and the way we do things. But I know that even the few degrees that we turn and the little bit of changes that we can make along the way, we are making a product that is highly competitive.
So one question would be like getting the product out to the actual users, because it seems like with competitors like UF Pro or Crye Precision, there always seems to be they're on back order a lot, and there's long wait periods, especially on law enforcement side. So is there any delays in getting the products out there to the end users?
So I'll say this. So over the past, well, we're in November now. So when I stepped into the project, essentially in January, that was one of my first big tackles, was to look at what we were looking at on our lead times. And a lot of that comes down to, and what I always try to explain, especially law enforcement officers coming from that background, is a lot of times we get like, oh, this company's doing this and they don't care about us and everything. Well, I got to look at it from a manufacturer's standpoint. And a lot of that is you're trying to have a crystal ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as a company and as business, you're trying to decide how much do we invest in order to fulfill a need. And you don't know how much that's going to be.
Yeah.
So we've really empowered our reps and our territory managers out there more to be able to essentially give us that crystal ball. We're listening to them more. We're hedging our bets a lot more as we see the line grow. And to answer that question, we are cutting down, not necessarily on the lead times, but what we are doing is we're making larger investments in our stock and our inventory. So for the past several months, one of my main focuses for us has been, let's make sure that the inventory is there, because this is being adopted. And the worst thing we can do is go out, create excitement, and then say, oh, you got to wait 6 months, you got to wait a year.
Yep.
So yes, I think that our speed to market continues to get better month by month.
No, that's what it seems like with the 511 stuff lately. It's seen a lot more people wearing the VXI line products. So yeah, it seems like it's a lot faster getting the stuff in the hands of the end users. Just one final thing, since you're going to be at the SHOT Show, is there anything new and up and coming in the VXI line that you got in the works so that you can share with us? Or I saw the rain gear. You see the previous video, so the rain gear was outstanding. So I'm looking forward to get my hands on that and run through its paces and do a review on it. But is there anything else that you might be coming up with? Or
yeah, so in our world, we think that we got to kind of remind ourselves that not everyone knows about everything about VXI. Because we're so consumed about it, we're like, oh, you already know.
Mm-hmm.
But we realize that not everyone does. So apart from the VXI XTU pant, the XTU top, We also have the Sigurd shirts, which is a rugby style shirt, improved upon, short sleeve and long sleeve. That really just hit the market in large just this summer, and that's taken off great. We have the LT3 jacket that I'm wearing right now, which is, this is available at this time. It's getting colder. Great time to get a hold of it, especially as we have it in stock right now. And then we have a couple of things that are coming out. You alluded to our rain gear, which is known as our Poseidon. This is something that I see our competitors looking at and kind of side-eyeing us on and going, what is that? Because it is a incredibly lightweight, waterproof, highly breathable, what's known as a Pertex fabric. This was something that has been long anticipated for us to get in. Been a little bit of a vein in my existence over the past few months, dealing with all the logistics to get it here today and this week as it's about to launch. But just an incredibly high performance fabric, and everyone who picks it up feels it, touches it. Anyone who's got to wear test it on the prototyping level just absolutely falls in love with it. Can't believe that it's coming from us and is really justifying and validating what the VXI is supposed to be about and is putting us on that next level. So yes, that will be launched officially at SHOT Show. It is coming into the marketplace, however, this month. That is the VXI Poseidon rain jacket and rain pant will soft launch coming in. This will be available on the website. The pants are right now, and I believe the jacket will be by the end of this week. And then we also have a preview coming up for our Erebus pant, and I'll just stop right there with that. You'll see that at SHOT Show again. That's called the Erebus pant. I'm not going to go too much further in that, but just look forward to that at SHOT Show.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Really appreciate the opportunity to actually meet the man that's running this program, because
it's a whole team. It's a massive team that's running this program.
It's not always a one man, but at least I get to meet somebody from the program who's actually making these decisions, who's actually also a law enforcement officer. So it's not like just coming from somebody who doesn't understand uniforms. So I appreciate your time, and I'm glad we got to have this conversation. And the rain gear, just trust me, I got to try it on. It's outstanding. So I'm really looking forward to testing it out. So thank you for your time, and check out some of the videos and when they release the stuff from the SHOT Show.
Thank you very much, man. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you, guys.
So you're probably wondering why I'm wearing a jacket in my office. Well, it's winter time, or it feels like a winter time, even though November just started, and it's just my office is freezing. And just wanted to bring one thing up. I've been wearing this L3 jacket from the VXI for a while now, and I was been wearing it on the street on patrol duty, and this thing's been super comfortable and doesn't get in the way of anything on my gun belt. One minor thing is what I noticed is I wish the collar had a little bit of a fleece lining to it, because my neck, I don't like this type of material rubbing on my neck, but it's a very minor thing. But if that doesn't bother you, so that's just one minor thing that I wanted to add to this jacket. So this concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed this type of content and the quick interview that I had. Hopefully I'll be able to sit down more and talk to Nathan, Ernie, other people from 511, and discuss some of the projects that they're working on. So hopefully I'll be able to go to SHOT Show one of these days and get to meet some more people from the industry and create more content like this. So really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel, if you would like the video, and you can always hit us up on Instagram at @ToTheCoreActual, To The Core Media, and Officer178 for additional content. And we'll see you on the next one.